Go order yourself a pizza. It's Friday night.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. We're gonna have some fun, show you how it's done, TGIF.
Step by Step brought the modern Brady Bunch to TGIF. Premiering on September 20th, 1991, it was the perfect fit for the TGIF lineup.
Broken, seemed like all was lost. What would be the future? Could you pay the cost? You wonder, will there ever be a second time around?
Step by Step was created by William Bickley and Michael Warren and developed by Miller Boyett. At this point, you're probably really surprised by this combo, I know. The premise of the show centered around Frank Lambert, a divorced contractor who had 2 sons and a daughter, and Carol Foster, a widow beautician who had 2 daughters and a son. See, it was different than the Brady Bunch. While the series was based in the fictional city of Port Washington, Wisconsin, Frank and Carol met while on vacation in Jamaica and got married. Former Dallas star Patrick Duffy was cast as Frank as part of a deal that he had made with Lorimar Television. Lorimar was part of the production team of Step by Step and had promised Patrick contractually that they'd give him a new show after Dallas wrapped that May after 14 seasons. 14! Suzanne Summers was cast as Carol, with production figuring that they'd be able to pull in adult viewers by casting 2 popular stars from the 70s together. For the teen viewers, they cast Baywatch's original Hobie Buchanan, Brandon Call as Frank's oldest son, TJ. Josh Byrne was cast as Brendan and Christine Lakin as Frank's only daughter, Allie. Stacey Keenan was another teen star who was cast for her teen appeal and had appeared on My Two Dads and everyone's favorite TGIF hit, Going Places. She was cast as Carol's daughter, Dana, alongside Angela Watson as Karen. Christopher Castile played Carol's only son, Mark. To up the teen interest, they also cast Sasha Mitchell, who was all handsome on Dallas, as Cody Lambert, Frank's nephew. The pilot episode introduced us to the Fosters and the Lamberts. Frank and Carol were trying to hide the fact that they got married in Jamaica and had planned on dating and then getting married to make the situation more palatable for their kids. But then Frank blabbed at a barbecue, the kids freaked out, and the Fosters packed up all the worldly possessions and moved into the Lambert household. We got our first TGIF crossover early on in the second episode when Steve Urkel showed up as Mark's lab partner, which was fitting since Christopher was cast to essentially be Urkel's parallel character on Step by Step. It also featured the Urkel, Steve's very own dance, along with its accompanying song, Do the Urkel Dance.
If you want to do the Steve Urkel dance, all you have to do is hitch up your pants, bend your knees and stick out your pelvis. I'm telling you, baby, it's better than Elvis.
Anyway, most episodes centered around the chaos of blending together 2 families with a bunch of teenagers. And to make it really TGIF-y, Season 3 also featured a cameo from John Stamos playing John Stamos, who was going to go on a date with one of the teen girls. I don't know. In the 4th season, Carol gave birth to Lily, and afterwards the show started phasing out Brendan. Unlike Judy Winslow, though, they did continue to reference his existence even when he left the show for good. Jason Marsden also popped up as a guest star in the 3rd season and eventually landed a recurring role as Dana's boyfriend. While the show did not find favor with critics, they often said it lacked originality and was a Brady Bunch ripoff, audiences liked it and it did pretty well in the ratings. Well, at first. By the 5th season, interest was waning, and ABC opted to delay the premiere of the 6th season in favor of introducing 2 new shows to the TGIF lineup, Clueless and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The 6th season premiered in March of 1997, and little did we know that it would be the last time it would appear on TGIF. With the decline in ratings, ABC decided to cancel Step by Step, but then CBS swooped in and acquired the rights, adding Step by Step to their CBS block party. Remember how they did the exact same thing with Family Matters? And how Family Matters did not survive the network switch? Well, Step by Step didn't either. Which is why, instead of the season finale we were supposed to get with Dana and Rich's wedding, we saw the Flamberts, Foster Lamberts, choosing to cancel the sale of their home with the final episode airing on June 26, 1998. Even though the ratings declined, Step by Step ended up being one of the longest-running syndications in ABC family history. Multiple streaming services have picked it up over the past few years, including True TV, who added it to their comfort food block. While critics may have knocked the show for its unoriginal premise, we loved it because it felt familiar. That was comforting. But where are they now? I can tell you. Patrick reprised his role on the Dallas reboot in 2012 and has continued appearing in made-for-TV movies. He had 2 fetal collabs with ballerina Carolyn Rosser, who sadly passed away in 2017. They had been married for 43 years. It's a really long time in Hollywood. 3 years later, he started dating Linda Pearl, who was in Happy Days. What a 70s TV crossover. Patrick still says that Step by Step was the best job he ever had. Brandon retired from acting after Step by Step wrapped up. In 1996, while driving home from the Warner Brothers lot, he got in a traffic dispute and was shot in both arms. Afterwards, he decided he didn't want to be in the spotlight anymore, and apparently he now works in finance. He joined his castmates in 2024 at 90s Con, though. Josh also walked away from acting after he left the show in season 6. He went back to school and lived a normal kid life, but maintained a love of comic books that was instilled in him by Sasha, who he viewed as a cool older uncle type. He also really enjoyed history, which got him into Renaissance fairs, and he now works for Sideshow Collectibles. He didn't attend 90s Con, though. Christine went on to appear in multiple TV series like her own show, Loving Lakin, but has also found her place behind the camera directing shows like The Goldbergs. She is married and has 2 fetal collabs. Suzanne Summers continued acting and was an early days fitness influencer as the face of the Thigh Master. She also became quite a controversial figure when she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2000 and chose to forego chemotherapy, and then wrote a book about alternate cancer treatments, which was heavily criticized by the American Cancer Society. She also said some really weird things about Sandy Hook, which is not surprising when you find out that she was also a red hat wearing snotty tissue. Anyway, her breast cancer returned and she died on October 15th, 2023. And I was going to be sad about it until I read all of these things about her, and now, yeah. Sasha experienced some personal issues during the filming of Step by Step. He married his wife prior to getting his role on the show, and the pair had 4 fetal collapse. In 1996, he was convicted of misdemeanor battery, spousal abuse, and child endangerment after police had gone to his home to investigate a report of domestic abuse. Sasha got 3 years probation, which he violated, and then ended up serving 30 days in jail, which is why he was written out of Step by Step for the bulk of season 6 and 7. He did claim that he had actually been protecting his children from his ex-wife at the time, who was the one harming their 4 children, and ultimately he ended up with sole custody of their collapse. He continued acting, appearing on shows like JAG, NYPD Blue, and ER, and enjoys kickboxing. Stacey attended UCLA in the early 2000s and went on to get her law degree in 2013 after stepping away from acting. She was a deputy district attorney for the LA District Attorney's Office and is a law professor. Stacey and Christy have a podcast where they are rewatching Step by Step all the way through, which is apparently Stacey's first time doing so. It's called Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu, and they're currently working their way through season 3. Angela disappeared from the public eye after Step by Step wrapped and ended up in a 20-year-long abusive relationship, it sounds like. She didn't get to contact her family. It's on her IMDb. You can go read it. She's married to another actor, and they welcomed son James last year. While on Step by Step, Christopher appeared in the iconic Beethoven movies, as well as an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, but eventually retired from acting in 2005. He went on to pursue a career in education and has a family of his own. Look at that little bow tie. Jason has gone on to have an incredibly successful career as a voice actor. You might know him best as Max from A Goofy Movie and Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus. Even Thackeray Binks. It's not for Jason, though. I love that cat. He also played Nelson on another TGIF show, Full House. He is not related to James Marsden, though, in case you were also wondering, like I was. Although, apparently his ex-wife and James's ex-wife were childhood friends, which made them friends when they were married. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unexpectedly unhinged cast roundup. If you did, please save it and share it with your friends. It really does help spread the good word of the cult on this app. And don't forget to follow me over on the gram and the tube just in case. We also have stickers and pins over at thecultofmegs.lol. I'll show you them in case you're interested in purchasing. Although these little babies can't go to America currently because of your tariffs. Good day, and may the cult be with you.